Okay guys, here we are in round 2 Vintage Daily event, and our opponent is JCDOOM. He is another mirror match, Martello Shops, and unfortunately this is a pretty bad hand, but you know, it's very sphere heavy and I don't really have any lands. Like if I get wastelanded, it's pretty bad. I'm gonna ship this. Okay. This is far worse, but actually I probably should have just shipped this as well, but what can you do? Like, it just almost has no chance of winning. Turn 1 lodestone. Well, hopefully we draw a nice land package here. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking keeping this. This was a really loose keep. Alright, Metamorph, double loady. Like, if we draw a Workshop here, we're in pretty good shape. Well, not in good shape, but I mean, not in terrible shape either. Alright, so what we're going to do here is I'm going to play out a Tangle Wire. And I'm going to play out a Revoker. And I'm going to set that on Mox Emerald. And yeah, just like that, we're back in it. Now, if we can keep both our lands here and our opponent doesn't draw any land, I think we're in great shape. The first step will be keeping our lands around. Alright guys, we have clawed our way back into a game that was unwinnable not more than a few minutes ago. Okay, we've now got a Forge Master. Or Staff of Nin. I really like Staff of Nin here. What does Forge Master do for me? Yeah, I think that's fine. I think let's just get our Forge Master in. 1, 2, 3. I've got 6 mana. Alright. This is not perfect by any means. I would rather take 5 damage here than have him leave his Workshop up, but that's unlikely to happen. Oh wow, okay, he's on the beatdown plan. That's fine with me. Because I am about to stabilize here, likely permanently next turn. Key is to try and keep him off land here. That's no problem. But we would love to draw Wasteland here or Strip Mine. That would be our ultimate draw off this staff. Okay, so that was a little bit of a brick, but that's okay. Okay, so fortunately, we're probably going to have to chump with our Metamorph here, but there's not much we can do about that. And yeah, I mean, we're just going to play that out, and hopefully the sphere is enough to keep him from casting anything here between the Tangle Wire. So probably just a Cavern and a Mox Emerald here. He's just on 100% beatdown. We'll go down to 5, and hopefully he can't cast anything, and we're going to be able to combat him with the Forge Master. But we are probably going to have to draw a creature as well. Or we can get a Forge Master. Or a Worm Coil. Yeah. What would be bad news if we drew a zone revoker here, but I guess we can get it with the staff and in, so it's not a big deal. I mean, there's a lot of things that could go wrong for us here. That was such a pretty big brick, our last draw phrase. Like if he does a metamorph here, it's pretty bad for us. Okay, workshop, geez, okay. This puts us under a lot of pressure, whatever it is he's going to do. Metamorph duplicate would be the worst things we could see. We looked pretty commanding there a minute ago. Trinisphere is one of the worst spells he could play. That's like awful. Okay, guys, that was just great for us. Okay, I think we're, as long as we draw a creature here, we're in great shape. Okay, I mean, look at. Tangle Wire is going to get everything but one permanent. So that's pretty good for us here. It's going to buy us the time we need. And, you know, if he goes with the approach that he's going to attack with his Lodestone Golem here, it's not going to work out well for him because we, of course, will be attacking back in. Well, I guess he can leave both his Lodestones here. He has an extra permanent than I thought. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, he can just tap down both his all his lands. It still doesn't work out for him because we just go and we get a Worm Coil. Kill one of his creatures, gain 6 life, and we lose 5 going down to moving to 6. And then the following turn we will just, I mean, the ideal would be to go and get a Hellkite and just blow up all his Lodestone Golems. But let's see what happens. Maybe he's going to tap his Lodestone Golems here and let's see what he does. Yeah, so he's just beating down. Yep. Hopefully he doesn't have any land. Okay. I'll play. Wasteland. Alright, so he's got oh. Maybe he won't go after my academy, I don't know. Revoker. Okay. Yeah, I mean, we're just going to attack in with our Worm Coil here. Mox Emerald, and we can't actually play our Pearl here, so yeah, we'll just pass turn. Tap down a couple permanents with the Tangle Wire here. Then we'll just chump his Lodestone Golem with the Metamorph, and then we will sacrifice the Worm Coil, and we will sacrifice the Revoker, and probably my Chalice. Or actually, maybe my Tangle Wire. Tangle Wire's not doing much here. Nice to see you tap down his Wasteland there. Let's see what he does here. It's big, whatever it is. Okay, he's got his own Worm Coil. Sadly, we can't do much about that, but we can just kill him with Hellkite, though. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, I'm going to have to get rid of all my artifacts, though. I can deal. How much mana do I need here to kill him with the Hellkite? Yeah, no, I can do it. Right, because I deal him 2. We're going to sacrifice the Worm Coil, this, and this. The Worm Coil is going to give us more artifacts, and we're just going to get our Hellkite here and finish it off. Hopefully he doesn't have a Dismember. That would be pretty bad for us. Okay. So that's a pretty good win for us. The reason I bring in the Tormod's Crypts here, and I have no idea if they're any good or not, but what it will do is allow me to get him off of a strip lock. Excuse me. If you know, I'm in some situation where, you know, I've got man in my hand like a workshop, but I can't quite cast what it is I'm looking to do, and he has the lock going on me. I can play the Tormod's Crypt, remove that lock at the end of his turn, play my workshop, and then hope to accumulate my mana that way. You know, there's been a lot of games where had I had a play like that without having the Crypt in my deck, that I probably could have fought back. But anyways, I think this is a pretty good go here. Let's see how this works out. This is not a very good hand, unfortunately. Now we're talking. That is a hand. So this is the type of situation I'd love to see him do workshop into a couple creatures. Okay. So here is his strip lock. He's got a Crucible here for sure. All right. So we're in a little bit of a tougher position here because, of course, he gets to get us before we can get him. But so here's a lodestone. Shapeshifter, okay. All right. Okay, the reason I played the workshop there and not the factory is one, I can't activate the factory and make it into a creature yet, and number two, I want to get ahead on mana, so if he does decide to wasteland me here, I can recur it back and I'll still have 6 mana, versus if I play the factory, I'll only have a maximum of 4 mana. So, and he's chosen to wasteland me here, so he's okay. So that was a miscalculation there. He's got both my lands. And if he attacks here, I think I block. Okay, so he's smart. He's metamorphing first. And we know he has a metamorph because he set that on Shapeshifter. That's a smart way of doing things. Okay. Name Mox Jet, will you? He's probably going to name Forge Master here now. Don't make that mistake again. What would be kind of funny here is if, on Black Lotus, is if I drew a Wasteland. I will snap block if you attack. Okay. Well, Workshop doesn't do anything here for me. I think I just play a factory here. Actually, maybe I was going to say Tabernacle, but Tabernacle kills my creatures. Just going to play the factory, but he just wastelands it. That's the problem. Just going to try and keep him off land here. I may as well take the initiative here. Probably should have attacked first before I wastelanded him, so he was not sure what I was doing. Yep. Mm-hmm. Like, for me, even a Revoker would be really good here. Because I could take off get rid of his extra land, so it's kind of we're both stuck at one land a turn. Yeah, this is fine. I'm not trading for that. Okay. Happy to have a Mox Ruby here, I won't lie to you. Revoker. Frickin' pretty hard here. Kind of a battle of who draws something first here. I mean, I've got access to the big mana, but I can't draw anything. Sol Ring's a good one. Jeez. That's huge. Now we can play something out. Yep. Happy to get that on a Sol Ring. Big time. Sure as the hell not perfect, but... And we've got a bigger beatdown going on right now, but I suspect it's probably not long lasted, but... So we just, yeah, it doesn't cost him any permanents to tap down here. So he's got 3 mana at his disposal that I can see right now. Of course, in his 4 cards, he could have more. Okay, so he's got 2 active mana. And of course, he gets me under the wire here, but Triskelion. Triskelion's going to be a hard one to get me for me to cast, but like what would be a great draw for us would be an Academy, another Revoker, a Mox. We're looking for big and fast mana here that can get us close to that Triskelion. Like even a Lodestone Golem is not bad. Bit of an error on our part there. Tangle Wire doesn't do us much good. I mean, let's just keep playing this silly game. Sadly, I can't attack here. Very bizarre game. Problem is here is my creatures are more valuable than his because I've got his fast mana tied down. You know, in the event I lose my Revokers, then he's going to be able to cast a dearth of strong cards in his hand. Like he wouldn't be far off casting a Lodestone Golem here. You know, if he had a workshop. So I mean, my hand is just god awful. Like, I mean, the only card of any power here is Triskelion and Mishra's Factory. Tabernacle is not strong here. Okay, so he's going to be playing another creature here. Yep. Or a Tangle Wire. Yep, so he's copying a Tangle Wire here. It's pretty good. So I don't think we're going to get out of this here. Tangle Wire pretty much ices us. We'd have to draw the Academy, I think, to get out of this. And even Academy in itself doesn't do it. Like what I'd have to do is cast a Workshop into a... yeah. All right. I mean, it's not enough, guys. We're certainly in trouble here, but we'll just slam down. We need to get permanents on the table. I probably maybe just should be better off playing a Crucible of Worlds there, but I'll try and tie him down a little bit here. And by at least getting a permanent on the table and in Tangle Wire, we build closer to, if we draw that Academy, of being able to slam down a Triskelion here. Yep. Yep. We're getting there, guys. We still got a chance. Now our opponent has big mana, though, and this is probably the turn he's going to drop a big creature on us. And we're gonna, I mean, we're not going to win this game with all likelihood here, but we will make our opponent finish us here because the clock is starting to become a little bit of an issue here. And my opponent has fallen almost 4 minutes behind me. So if we go into game 3 and it becomes another battle of attrition like this, then time will be working against my opponent. Interesting. Okay. So my opponent, Ruby. Oh, am I going to get to cast a Triskelion here? Sweet. Okay. I mean, I could nuke his guy here and get in, but he'll be blocking with his factory, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to open up more mana than I absolutely have to here. If he forces my hand, whereas he's going to play a Metamorph or something like that, then and I can remove his factory with my Ghost Quarter or a Wasteland. It's hard to believe you let me cast that Triskelion, giving me that mana. Okay, so here's his Metamorph. Oh. Jade Wormcoil, that's awful. Okay. That's what you call an El Bricolrado. Okay. No. Let's see what he does here, guys. Like, if he taps that Ancient Tomb, putting him to 6, he could attack with the Wormcoil. Like, I can't imagine what he would tap the Ancient Tomb for, but I'm going to have to go after his factory if he goes to kill my Ghost Quarter here. Wormcoil is a tough one to beat, though. Okay. Forge Master. That is very bad news. I think I block with the Metamorph. Just doesn't do it. Doesn't get me there. Like, I'm just trying to think, like, if, you know, if I didn't have to do that, kill my own Revoker here to prevent him from gaining 6 life, I could perhaps topped a Metamorph and dealt him 6 direct damage. So I still have a chance, I think, if I draw a Metamorph here. Alright, let's see what happens. It's been a crazy game, why not? Probably should have done that before the Forge Master became active, but it doesn't really matter. We're just killing off some time here. Dismember, okay. You know, I'm glad I got to see that. That's something I get to be cognizant of here. In the future, I hadn't seen Dismember up to this point. Okay. Hopefully, I mean, he's probably going to activate his Forge Master here. Why wouldn't he? But I guess you can just reactivate it on top, but we're just killing some time here. I'm interested to see. I guess he's probably got the duplicate in there. That's a game finisher, if I've ever seen one. Okay. Don't pay for that one either. Interesting that he would do that. I'm not sure if my opponent's paying attention to his clock at all here, but okay, that's game here for sure with the Blightsteel. But I mean, you know, he's down to almost 3 minutes and 30 seconds here. right. So we did not draw well that game. Let's take her and see if we can win this one here. It's a pretty good hand. It's a little bit high risk doing this, right? You know, if he gets a crucible lock early, that's it's pretty bad for us. But you know, like let's say he doesn't waste us here, and he does. Okay, he didn't. Wow. Now if we draw a Sol land here, 5/6, we can cast a Sundering Titan. Do we just want a duplicant here? I think we maybe do. One more land, Sundering Titan. Okay. I'm pretty happy to see that. Yeah, Metamorph is fine. So he got my duplicant. He's got my lodestone. So that's a bit of a burn. Now, if he doesn't get my Forge Master here, almost assuredly we're going to get him. No land? Okay. No Revoker. Ooh, you son of a gun. That was a nice play by him. All right. Now, I cannot go for a creature with the cage here. I've got to go for a staff. But I'm fine doing that. I think I'm just going to I'm going to keep the Chalice here. I'm just going to get rid of the duplicant. It's not doing much. Just going to keep him off lands here, guys. I don't see any reason to even try and press the issue here, really. Like, I guess I can attack him here. Like, do I just not attack him with both? It's not even good. Yeah, let's do it. I think that's fine. He's got a block. What a attrition battle.